CKJ Crypto News. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show today. Guys, we've been having a lot of bullish statements from Corey Johnson lately that says they're in regular talks with the White House. So that really piqued my interest. We did a video yesterday tying the executive order from Donald Trump to over 30 institutions tied to Ripple in that executive order. But what piqued my interest on today's video is basically Corey Johnson says that they have been in talks directly with the White House. So what I did with this video is I pretty much solved the connections to the White House. Pretty much the connections to the White House are through Jerome Powell, who sits on the, he's the chairman of the initiative on the Faster Payments Task Force. And he's also a partner of Ryan Zagone. Ryan Zagone works for Ripple, and he's on the Faster Payments Task Force. But what this video is pretty much going to be about is the Financial Stability Oversight Council. Right here is through Stephen Munich. This should not come as no surprise, but the U.S. Department of Treasury Financial Stability Oversight Council has established a working group to address the emergence of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with this Stephen Munich right here, we actually did a video on him yesterday, tying him to this executive order. Introduction. President Donald J. Trump established the policy of his administration to regulate the U.S. financial system in a manner that consists of a set of core principles. These principles were set forth in Executive Order 13772 on February 3rd, 2017. The U.S. Department of Treasury, under the direction of Stephen T. Munich. Now, this is the direction we're going to go here, guys. Like I said, Stephen T. Munich actually created a working group. Now, under this working group, it's a very interesting group of people. The Financial Stability Oversight Council has 10 voting members. Now, this is, he said he created a working group through these members to oversee the direction of cryptocurrencies. And I do believe through Jerome Powell connects to Ryan Zagone, and through that ties to the White House. So I will show you that, and this is actually a really interesting group of people here. So pretty much today what we're going to do is we're going to dissect this team. And here's Jay Clayton, the SEC chairman, who's tied to multiple Ripple banks, and I got a couple good clips on some members here. You're going to want to see this. So let's get this started. It all started, like I said, with Corey Johnson. White House is bullish on Ripple. Johnson's emphasized the decentralized nature of XRP, and he said that Ripple will be a great success due to adoption by banks and other financial institutions. The Trump administration favors Ripple because the majority of Bitcoin, BTC, and Ethereum ETH mining takes place in China. So I'm like, whoa. So he says they're in regular talks with the Corey Johnson has stated that the Ripple team and the high-profile team from the White House hold regular talks. A high-profile team, I believe he's talking about this team right here, the Financial Stability Oversight Council. This is the high-profile team right here, and he has established a working group. And this is the working group right here, and we will dissect this team right here. So here's Stephen Munich, who was actually in charge of the executive order. Now, like I said, he created this working group to take a serious look at cryptos. So let's go down this list, guys. Very interesting group here. Like I said, Christopher Giancarlo, and that's him right here. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. Chairman Giancarlo. So then we're going to go back to the working group right here. The next one on the list is, well, Jay Clayton. This is Jay Clayton. This is the SEC appointed chairman, Jay Clayton, who's actually, I've tied him to representing multiple Ripple banks. Wall Street attorney Jay Clayton will recuse himself from matters involving Barclays Ripple partner, Deutsche Bank Ripple partner, A&G Ripple partner, Barclays, Deutsche Bank, A&B, USB Securities, Royal Bank of Canada, tied to PNC Bank, which is also tied to BlackRock. And also Jay Clayton's represented PNC Bank, BlackRock, and Royal Bank of Canada, all through this law firm he used to work for, Sullivan and Cromwell. But if you go back to this list right here, then we got Mick Mulvaney. Oh, no, first we got Jerome Powell. Now, this is the major tie-in right here. This is the connection right here. So we got Jerome Powell right here. So Fed releases faster payments progress report. Ryan is Ripple's Director of Regulatory Relations and was elected to the Task Force Steering Committee last June. Federal Reserve Governor Jerome H. Powell, who co-chairs the initiative, elected to the Steering Committee, who co-chairs the initiative, echoed Ryan Zagone's sentiments in the Fed announcement. So pretty much Ryan Zagon is tied to Jerome Powell through this steering committee and the Faster Payments Task Force. And if you go back one right here, Jerome Powell, Governor of the Federal Reserve, Ryan Zagon, so they're tied together right there. Governor Jerome Powell, January through September, here's his schedule. Meeting with Ryan Zagon at Ripple Labs, 12 p.m., 1 p.m. That's kind of interesting right there. What I thought was interesting is people are like, what's the delay on why hasn't Ripple went to the moon yet? Everybody else wants to know that too. Senator questions Fed's progress on Faster Payments Task Force. Senator Van expressed concern of Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell over the delay in implementing a real-time payments system in a letter Tuesday, and asked him in a series of questions pertaining to the legislative and regulatory needs to get the system underway. The United States has an outdated payment system and imposes significant and unnecessary cost on Americans, leading consumers to incur billions of dollars a year in fees associated with the delayed movement of funds, he wrote. Wow. So, and also, here's the letter to Jerome Powell. To Honorable Jerome Powell. Dear Chairman Powell, I'm writing you to express the concern regarding the continued delay in implementing a real-time payment system. So they're eager to get this underway just as we are. So this is another interesting right here, Jelena McWilliams. So then I looked that one up, and she's actually the Jelena McWilliams, and she is the chairman of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Now, if you go over here, right here, FDIC to help banks embrace tech innovation, and this just came out. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, is setting up an office of innovation to encourage banks to adopt financial technology changes. FDIC Chairman Jelena McWilliams made an announcement at the American Bankers Association conference in New York, revealing that the federal bank regulators need to encourage financial institutions to innovate. Come on, guys. You see what direction we're going here? And also, U.S. Senator confirms Bitcoin supporter Mick McVaney as Trump's budget director. So, confirms Bitcoin supporter Mick Malavini. Probably said that name wrong. Mick Malavini. He's also in this group right here. So, that's kind of interesting. Like I said, Jelena came out and made some statements. Also, Ripple Labs elected to the Fed Steering Committee for Faster Payments. So, that's kind of interesting right there. So actually, Ryan Zagon, like I said, Ryan Zagon is our connection to Jerome Powell, which ties us to the White House. So Corey Johnson is telling the truth. We are in direct talks with the Trump administration through Ryan Zagon. And actually, Ryan Zagon is a Ripple regulator / time traveler, and looking forward to an amazing lineup at DC FinTech Week, which is today. I speak Monday on major developments in crypto with IMF. So Ryan Zagon, I showed you guys before, Ryan Zagon is also on the IMF high-level advisory board. So guys, Ryan Zagon is tied to the IMF. Ryan Zagon is also tied to the Trump administration through Jerome Powell. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much my quick take on this Financial Stability Oversight Council. Let me know what you guys think about that. Did I pretty much show you guys that, hey, Corey Johnson is correct. We are in talk with the Trump administration daily, and it's through Ryan Zagon. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much. I just really wanted to make a quick video about this. Have a wonderful day. The CKJ coin will pop up right now. Please smash that CKJ coin and subscribe. If you subscribe, let me know. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.